What is up, Z Fighters? It's Manga Adventures, and today I'll be doing What If Vegeta Trained Gohan. Most of my what ifs start in Gohan's later years around the Android saga, but I've decided to start much earlier, seeing if that changes the core of his personality at all. With that out the way, let's get started. Our story starts at the beginning of Z. Gohan is 4 years old. He flies on the Nippons with Goku to Kami House to visit his father's old friends. A polite, shy, and kind-hearted young man whose life is about to come crashing down. Raditz, Goku's brother, announces that he's a Saiyan. When he tries to recruit Goku and he refuses, he kidnaps Gohan and takes him as a hostage. When Goku tries taking him back, he's beaten down. This is the big change that causes the what if, because this angers Gohan, who tells Raditz to leave his father alone, as his power rapidly spikes and he frees himself by kicking Raditz in the side to run to his injured father. Even though this happened much later in the series, Raditz regains his bearing and grabs Gohan. This boy, who obviously has no training but is just as powerful as the Saiyan warrior, gives him an idea. He could easily beat anyone on this planet, so he'll send Gohan to get proper training from Vegeta and Nappa to get stronger and be a useful tool, since he originally came to recruit more Saiyans for his cause. Nappa and Vegeta agree, mocking Raditz for being so weak a toddler can match his strength, telling him to stay alive until his pod gets back. Piccolo and Goku arrive, asking where Gohan is, and Raditz tells him he's gone off to become a real warrior, and events play out the same thanks to the previous injury inflicted by Gohan, greatly handicapping Raditz. Goku dies, but this time it's not with a smile because his son is still missing. The Z Fighters promise to revive Goku with the Dragon Balls, but this is overheard on Raditz's scouter. With the battle over, we switch over to Gohan, who lands on a planet about midway from where Vegeta was and Earth. He's met by Vegeta and Nappa, who are on their way to Earth to gain immortality. The two Saiyans want to test the power of a half-breed and grow a Cyberman. Similar to Piccolo throwing him into a mountain, fight or flight kicks in and he's able to defeat it. Now, Vegeta is interested in the boy's spike in power. He plants 5 more Cybermen in the ground and tells him if he survives, he can get healed up. Vegeta then leaves and continues his course to Earth. Nappa asks if he'll be able to survive, since the only child to face that many Cybermen was the young prince. Vegeta laughs, saying if he dies, he wasn't worth the trouble in the first place, but if he survives, the Zenkai will make him a valuable ally. The Saiyans eventually land on Earth after a year. Though you know the drill, no amount of training could prepare the Z Fighters, who only train with Kami, with the exception of Piccolo, who trained alone. So things happen per usual, with everyone dying except Krillin and Piccolo, because he doesn't have to sacrifice himself for Gohan in this battle. Goku arrives and everything happens per canon, with him swiftly defeating Nappa before he's killed by his partner Vegeta. Goku and Vegeta then fight, and thanks to the Kaioken, Goku is able to push Vegeta into transforming into a great ape. Goku knows the only way to win is to use the Spirit Bomb, except this time, since Piccolo is alive, he can buy him the time needed by transforming into his giant form. I would like to note this does not cause a boost in power as far as I know. Goku is able to charge up a fairly large Spirit Bomb before Vegeta notices. It's about half as big as the one on Namek. When Vegeta tries stopping him, his tail is cut off by Yajirobe. With Vegeta back in his base, Goku throws the Spirit Bomb, which is too big for the weakened Vegeta to dodge. Now, I believe this would be enough to defeat Vegeta, but if you don't, just remember, even if this attack didn't do the trick, Goku could still fight thanks to Piccolo protecting him from the Great Ape form, and with the Kaioken ×3, the results would be the same either way. Goku would ask where his son is after the battle, and Vegeta would laugh in his face, saying he's probably dead. This angers Goku, but he still refuses to kill the prince, telling him to get off his planet and never come back. With the battle now over, Goku feels like he lost in more ways than one, because even though Piccolo is alive and there are Dragon Balls, they had just made a wish to bring him back, so they would have to make a wish next year, and by that time everyone would have been dead for more than a year and couldn't be wished back. As all seems lost, Kami tells him about the original Dragon Balls on Namek. This brings Goku hope, and the group gets ready. Krillin and Bulma decide to head to Namek since they don't think there'll be any threats, while Goku and Piccolo stay on Earth just in case Vegeta or another threat returns. Meanwhile, in space, Vegeta has returned to the planet where Gohan's being kept after healing himself on a nearby Frieza ship. he finds not only all the Cybermen defeated, but that Gohan was able to survive on this planet for a year. With a smirk on his face, he takes Gohan back to the ship to heal up before fighting the little boy. He's taking out all his frustration of losing to Goku, a low-level Saiyan, out on his half-breed son. But he doesn't go as far as killing Gohan, he simply beats him within an inch of his life and throws him back in the healing pod before fighting again. Though round 2 doesn't go in his favor. Gohan refuses to be in punching bag and lets his rage take over, landing a solid blast that sends Vegeta flying. Gohan immediately snaps back to reality when he realizes what he's done and apologizes to Vegeta, because remember, Gohan is very timid and kind when not enraged. Vegeta wipes the blood from his cheek and begins to laugh because he knows this boy will be an important tool in taking down Frieza. Vegeta tells him about the tyrant and how he destroyed their planet and his plan to get revenge. Gohan sympathizes with Vegeta and sees Frieza as the bad guy, asking if they beat Frieza, can they go home, and Vegeta agrees. The two then make their way to Namek, where the Dragon Balls are, because he noticed Piccolo was a Namekian, so he could wish for immortality. That way he can get the upper hand on Frieza. This may not sit right with many, but I think Gohan is a very kind and forgiving young man. If he sees good in a person, if he sees that person has reason, like he did for Piccolo, he would sympathize with them, albeit he did spend more time with Piccolo than Vegeta. Now let's skip forward to Krillin landing on Namek with Bulma. It doesn't take long to figure out there are problems on this planet, so they call Goku to come. Goku agrees and offers Piccolo to come with them, who at first refuses, but Kami tells him if he does, he will grow significantly stronger. So the two take Bulma's ship and begin their training together in the gravity chamber. Back on Namek, when Gohan and Vegeta arrive, they are met by Frieza Force members, but they're able to defeat them with ease, including Zarbon, since it's 2v1, even though Vegeta originally lost the first time in canon. They start their hunt on the Dragon Balls, running across a Namekian village. Vegeta plans to kill these people to get the ball, but Gohan tells him not to, seeing as there's no point. Vegeta only agrees because he spots Frieza's ship and takes those Dragon Balls as well, giving him a complete set. These incidents upset Frieza enough to call the Ginyu Force. They arrived and the two Saiyans knew they were outmatched, but luckily Gohan grew his tail back, so Vegeta used his opportunity to create an artificial moon, turning the boy into a great ape. Gohan had been training with Vegeta, so it's about as strong as him. I would say a power level around 20,000. This 10 times boost will make Gohan at the bare minimum 3 times stronger than the Ginyu Force members besides Ginyu himself. With this powerful distraction stopping around, because remember, he's not only stronger but faster as well, making his attacks hard to dodge, Vegeta used this opportunity to kill Goldo. The Ginyu Force knew that they had to cut off his tail, so Recoome served as a distraction while Berta circled around to do it since he's the fastest. Though Vegeta intercepted him, and though he may not be strong enough to stop Berta, he stalled him long enough for Gohan to not only kill Recoome, but Berta as well. But before Jess could get killed, Gohan's tail is cut off by none other than Goku, who arrived quicker by using the Kaioken ×2 since he sensed Great Ape Gohan's energy. Goku, accompanied by Piccolo, is glad to see his son again, and then he gives everyone a senzu bean. This gives Jess a chance to escape and find Captain Ginyu to tell him what had just happened. Ginyu arrives, and with Goku's display of power, he knows to switch bodies with him, though unfortunately for Ginyu, things don't go as planned for 2 reasons. 1, he's unable to use the Kaioken, and 2, Piccolo is almost as strong, if not just as strong, as Goku at this point due to training together. So Piccolo is easily able to beat him, though before he could play body roulette, the second he switches back to Goku's body and tries to switch to Piccolo's, Goku throws a nearby Namekian frog, leaving Ginyu trapped in that body. While all this happened, Vegeta killed Jess. Now this is where the group splits up. Piccolo is instructed by Kami to meet with Guru so he can tell them how to use the Dragon Balls. He goes with Gohan because Vegeta doesn't want to be double crossed. Meanwhile, Vegeta alongside Krillin will heal Goku while they wait for a way to use the Dragon Balls. Gohan and Piccolo would talk, saying how much his dad strived to get stronger to save him. Around halfway they meet Dende. Let's say in this what if, Dende was saved by Krillin instead of Gohan. Dende has the password but is worried about Nail, so Gohan goes back with Dende and Piccolo continues to find Nail, which he does though he's recently beaten by Frieza. He offers to fuse with the warrior so he can obtain the power to beat Frieza, or at least his first form, since he doesn't know he can transform and he's on deathbed anyway. Now Dende has returned return to help the Z Fighters use the Dragon Balls, though there's a problem. Gohan doesn't agree with sneaking behind Vegeta's back to use them. He truly believes that the only way to defeat Frieza is to give Vegeta immortality. He's just trying to avenge his people, and Frieza is the greater evil. This argument awakens Vegeta before the Dragon Balls could be summoned, though this doesn't matter because Guru dies and the Dragon Balls turn to stone anyway. But Frieza comes soon after, angry that this happened. He transforms into his second form, which is easily able to take out the three, though Piccolo arrives more powerful than ever and is able to push Frieza into his third form. Vegeta knows he can't beat Frieza now, but he gets the idea to injure himself so he could gain a Zenkai boost. Gohan agrees without hesitation, blasting him through the chest when at first Krillin was supposed to do that. Nobody wants Vegeta to be healed, but Gohan tells him he may be the only one who can defeat Frieza. Seeing Piccolo being beaten by the third form and Krillin knowing he's too weak, he has no choice but to agree to this. Vegeta gains a major Zenkai boost, but what he doesn't know is that Frieza still has one last form. He transforms into his final form, once again giving the tyrant the upper hand. That is until Goku arrives, though he isn't fast enough to save Vegeta's life, who dies crying, seeing as he wasn't able to accomplish his goal. This angers Gohan to the point of a major rage boost, able to catch final form Frieza off guard, though not for long, probably like one hit before he's thrown back. The battle switches over to Goku versus Frieza, and like in canon, he has to use the Kaioken times 20 and the Spirit Bomb, but neither of these are enough to defeat the tyrant, only angering him enough to kill Krillin. This causes Goku to turn Super Saiyan, and after that, things go per canon. Everyone is wished and brought back to Earth, with Namek exploding soon after. They use the Namekian Dragon Balls to give the Earth Dragon Balls another wish, just in case you were wondering how they were able to accomplish this. Since in the original, Kami died and was revived, so that gave the Dragon Balls a cheating refresh for the year. And this is where I'll stop the what if for now. How do you think this apprenticeship between Gohan and Vegeta would change not only the Android arc, but the Buu arc? Will the relationship between Goku stay the same? What about Piccolo? Well, stay tuned for part 2 and find out. And thanks so much for watching.